So I wonder what's the plan here, because we're up to SummerSlam. That's going to be around early August, right after we just had Money in the Bank. That was, I guess, positively received out of the weekly episodic series. But besides what's going on, it's shocking but not sad that still the Bloodline storyline is blatantly carrying anything else that WWE is producing at this point, revolving around the show. Unless you want to go over the push that LA Knight is perceiving, what's going on with the Judgment Day involving Seth Rollins, and just the lack of a main event scene. Because Jey Uso is getting his, I think, third main event title match against Roman Reigns since breaking out of the Bloodline just a few months ago. And now breaking into this. Literally, it still baffles me that nobody's saying that the Bloodline storyline has been possibly one of the greatest storylines. Yeah, a bit dragged out, don't get me wrong. The Bloodline story has been completely dragged out, but revolting around the main event series has done wonders viewership-wise around the main event scene, has elevated Roman's character to actually getting him positively received as a heel, has elevated at least the standard of lower card affairs from Jey Uso, Jimmy Uso, to even contending for world title feuds and cultivating to make them like levels above even Bobby Lashley, Lesnar, because people actually watch the viewership, actually watch the segments alone to pay attention to that, and we're not gonna deny it. Out of all the clippage viewership over like 2 million that WWE accumulates, you see like a clip on YouTube or anything revolting around social media involving SmackDown or what happens in WWE, it involves a Bloodline. Other than the stupid cash-in, 800,000. 1 million. 1.2 million. And oh yeah, wasn't WWE like banned from Oklahoma? Because other than that, it's the minimum of what they can do to not draw with the women's division. Whatever LA Knight's doing with Hit Row, apparently he's already declined in momentum after just literally getting the most pop over his segments over the past few weeks after Money in the Bank. And we know we just have to signify back the Cody and Lesnar feud after what happened with Dominic Mysterio for like a short month around June. And then it's back to Lesnar because SummerSlam's the bigger pay-per-view. They want to end over this 50-50 booking feud that actually works for Cody to elevate him. And people thought that he was getting buried around WrestleMania after just getting force-fed into the main event scene after coming back after his pectoral injury. So, whether you guys like it or not, the only thing that's remained over consistent, whenever somebody brings up a constant plot or what's there to watch over in WWE, it's the Bloodline feud. If you have to deny it, Roman Reigns has been at least somewhat of still a cultivating figure that's still shown to be a dominant world champion. And it's got to be to the lack of, I guess, main event players, legitimately, that could even be pushed to why even Roman Reigns is holding the world title for over 1,000 days. And kudos to him, because I still feel like he's the top star in the company. He's elevated himself over in the mic. His acting's got a lot more. He sells a lot more. He's actually trash talking. He's cultivating heat, and him beating Cody Rhodes at Mania was actually the best move, so Cody can actually get elevated to face guys, get him over in the pecking order. So Roman's actually elevating guys whenever he beats them. Don't get that mistaken. So, besides that, that's the majority of what's going on over in the WWE front. I don't know what plot lines are happening over on AEW, because we know WWE's for the stories. AEW's just the wrestling, even though nobody remembers a single spot. And even if they do it, they have to see a highlight of it, or they gotta 3 4 stars, 6 stars Omega and Osprey. Like that's not how it works. Usually, whenever somebody remembers a match, they remember spots by heart. That's just how it works. It's like remembering what's your favorite movie, what's your favorite scene. Let's go back and see that clip. Like what? Like I remember Ip Man, and when he was in a Japanese prison, and he just beat the shit out of those Japanese martial artists while having one stale bread to survive with while he was getting imprisoned. And that was a legitimate real life event that he actually had to survive through. That was badass when he fought Mike Tyson, or he had to still fight while he was in the middle of his own house against a guy from a rivalry dojo. Like, you can remember memorable stuff from the back of your hand. I don't think that's how people should remember matches, in my opinion, but that's just my opinion. Tell me how you guys feel down below. You feel like the Bloodline storyline is carrying WWE, or you feel like it's still the best, still ongoing, or you think it's getting dragged on. Tell me how you feel down below. That's it for me here on the DST Show. Like, comment, subscribe for more.